Good morning and hello everyone. This is a video after a long time, and this one is about the doctors who are searching or looking for job in Ireland. And first of all, let me explain why I am making this video is because I am not a very active, but I do see posts in doctors in Ireland, and I found that there are many like doctors who are basically demotivate, like putting some like very much what you can say frustrated and disheartened type of post on the Facebook, saying that their registration is there for like some months or year, and they are not getting any job or they are not getting any interview. And I came across many posts, so I decided to make this video. So um, like in this video, first of all, I will talk about uh, some few things about searching job in Ireland and what is the market like here in Ireland, and then I will talk about different things which you can do to improve your chances to get job, and I will talk about some statistics as well, because what I believe the situation is same as it was like few years ago. um, the situation was very different, by the way, if you will go around, you can say 10, 15 years ago. But what I'm talking about is for the last 3, 4, 5 years, the situation is more or less same in Ireland. Okay, yeah, one of the thing which has changed, which what I believe is like many people now, as more and more doctors, especially from countries like Pakistan, Sudan, and many other countries, as they are coming to know about uh, registration process in Ireland. So more and more doctors are basically getting registered with Irish Medical Council, and that's why I would say like more people are applying uh, jobs here in Ireland. So we will talk about that. So the thing is that that's very good. Like when more doctors are getting registration of any country, basically because that will improve the system, that will improve the recruiters, that will improve all the healthcare process. Why? Because the recruiters, the employers, they have more, what you can say, variety, or they have more, um, what you can say, more choices to select from. So definitely they will select someone who is more experienced and who is like who will be more beneficial for them. So let's start uh, talking about again, as I'm telling you, like basically this is about searching for a job in Ireland. So basically, as we all know that uh, before searching for the job, the first thing which we should have is a registration with Ireland Medical Council or Irish Medical Council, and that means a active registration because um, many people I have seen that once like they get some email from Irish Medical Council or they get a gen form or things like this, so they start applying for job. um, Make sure that you are fully registered with Irish Medical Council. I want to mention here an important thing. I know many doctors who get job offers or who get job before their Irish Medical Council registration was complete. So they did get offers and they did get everything before their registration was active, but they are very 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 few. Most of the people, they get job offers or they get interview once they have a fully registered, like active Irish Medical Council registration. So again, I'm saying like there are chances, but the chances are very very less. So better like you should start applying for the jobs once your um, Ireland Medical Council registration is completed. So yeah, your registration should be active, which means like you have to pay for what you say, your Irish Medical Council fee every year, and that's, I believe, like most of the doctors they are doing, like who are actively searching for the jobs, except like many of the doctors which I know who have Irish Medical Council registration, but they get jobs in other countries like UK or any other country. So definitely they don't keep it active. So um, I put this thing just to as I'm talking about, like that your registration should be active, and then after your registration is active, either you are searching in the proper way or not. So there are different ways of applying or searching for a job, and for example, hse.ie is the website of uh, uh, healthcare services in Ireland. So same like NHS in UK, HSE is meant for Ireland basically. All the public hospitals they are under HSE, and if you're looking for a job in Ireland, HSE is the one which basically have a lot of jobs compared to, for example, if you are applying in other setups like private hospitals. So we'll talk about this thing later. So one of the thing is HSC, which is you can see this website and you will find the list of the hospitals, which are in HSC, which are under HSC. So list of the public hospitals, and then there are some hospital website uh, which are basically mostly private hospitals, like there is Beacon, there is Metro Private, and there is a lot of private hospitals in Ireland. um, I will put a link of the hospitals, like the list of the hospitals, in the description, so you can check it from there. So you can apply from the hospital websites, or you can directly apply to the hospital. Like for example, one of your friend is working in some hospital, so you can give your CV to the friend, and they can hand it over to the HR of that hospital. But like whenever you apply through HSE, or whenever you will submit your CV, the most important thing is like the CV should be going to the correct person, like which is basically um, the HR of that hospital, which basically are the one, which who uh, scan, or like who go through the CVs, and then they decide like either they have to send you an interview call or not. um, there are some training jobs as well. um, like I know doctors who basically come to Ireland directly by taking uh, a training post, especially a GP training post recently. And definitely for that the process is different. Like that, for that, number one, you must have a um, registration with Irish Medical Council, and the second thing which should be there is like you must apply in that training program, and there is a small exam, so you will do the exam, you will do the interview, and then they will send you the offer. So I know many of the doctors, like not many, but some of the doctors who basically came here as a GP trainee, but few of them basically they were in Ireland before by other pathways or programs. For example, there is a many people who come to Ireland, many of the doctors they come by CPSP route. So what they do is like they are in training program in Pakistan, and after doing 2 years over there, and then after their IM, uh, they can do 2 years of rotation in Ireland. So I know medical doctors, I know emergency medicine doctors, and other specialties to come over here who are basically under, like, they come here under CPSP program. So one of the doctor which I know, by the way, he was in Ireland before under CPSP program, and then he went back to his country, and later on he get a GP training and he came back to Ireland. So basically he entered first of all by other pathway, and later on, uh, once he went back, he applied for GP training, and they basically, because he had a previous Irish experience, so um, he got chance and he was inducted in that program. So now we will talk about why some of you are not getting job. So as I told you in the start of the video, I don't think so that the situation has changed much in the last few years. For example, I know, I have seen few of the posts related to, like, in last year there was some news that they are not recruiting the doctors anymore, which was completely basically a wrong news. And the news was not wrong, by the way. The news was basically interpreted in a wrong way. The news was simply that uh, they are not creating any more new posts, which doesn't mean like they are not recruiting any more new doctors, which simply means like if some of the hospital have, for example, in their medical department they have a placement or like vacancies or seats, you can say, for 25 doctors, NCHDs, okay, non-consultant hospital doctors. So we all are NCHDs, like whoever come here as SHO or registrar, they are called as NCHDs. So for example, if some of the department they are able to recruit, there are posts for 25 doctors, so what that means is like they are not going to increase 25 posts to 26 or 28 or 30. They will keep it 25. So basically, what was the reason behind that is there were multiple reasons, by the way. One of the reason was like lack of funding, and the other reason was like after COVID, they increased their post because of the high demand. For example, if one of some of the department had 15 posts, so they make it like 20. So and they were like basically to deal with the burden and all these things. So um, what happened was they said like we will not increase the post, which is not like this, that we will not recruit any doctors. For example, if they have 25 posts in any department and one of the doctor is leaving that post, so definitely they will hire a new doctor for that post, okay, because they cannot leave that post vacant. So that news was completely wrong. The most important things which I will talk about in this one is uh, I know many of the doctors who are searching for jobs in Ireland. They do contact me. They do had discussions with me and my friends. And what I can, what I understand after talking to them is like they don't have any idea um, about how they are applying or what they are applying for. What they are doing is basically they had made one of the, like, they are registered with Irish Medical Council. They have English exam, OET or IELTS in place, but what they are doing is like they have like one CV which they keep on forwarding to every department and everywhere, and they don't have any idea what they are doing, by the way, because um, whenever you are applying for a job, definitely here there's a proper job description. For example, if you're applying for an SHO, you're applying for a registrar. Depending on that, you must know, like, for example, if you're applying for a SHO emergency medicine, or if you're applying for a SHO psychiatry or SHO pediatrics or registrar. So remember that your CV should be uh, uh, tamed, or should be like showing something which shows your interest, that you are fit for that job. So basically, for example, someone uh, who was working in his home country in internal like general medicine, or who was in a training program in general medicine, and he's if he's applying for SHO medicine, he will be having very 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 high chances to get that placement, get the job. Same like someone have a surgical background, someone have experience in pediatrics. So definitely when he will apply for SHO pediatrics or registrar pediatrics, based on his experience, the HR will pick his CV, and the consultant who will review the CV. They will be looking for the things which basically they want in that particular doctor, which they want to hire. For example, a guy who had um, 4 years in total experience with 2 years of what you say experience in medicine, and especially for example if he's in a training program in his home country, so that will make his CV very very strong. So now um, if we have done any specialization exam, for example if we have done MRCPI part 1 or part 2, or any other XYZ exam, so definitely that will show his more interest that yes, this doctor want to work in medicine. Okay. And for example, if the same doctor is going to apply for a job in psychiatry, maybe the like for him to get a position as a psychiatry SHO will be very 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 low. Why? Because they don't want, they're looking for someone who have some experience in psychiatry. So the first thing is like, before when you are applying, you must know like, are you do you meet the job requirements? Okay. So remember like, we must understand what healthcare system is like over here. um, for example, here, like there are interns, and then there is SHOs, and then there is registrars, there is specialty doctors or SPRs, and then there is consultants. And the thing is that now, for example, you have to like evaluate yourself that what you must be doing. For example, I have gone through many of the posts like doctors, who are specialists in their home countries. For example, recently I came across a post saying that I am a consultant in gynecology, and I am planning to move with my family to Ireland, and I am looking for how I can get a job as a consultant in gynecology. So if you're a consultant in gynecology in your country, especially a country like Sudan or Pakistan or India, they will not recognize your specialization over here until and unless you had done your evaluation like registration by specialist pathway. Because if you are eligible for general registration, you will not get a job over here as a consultant. So a very important thing is to know about the healthcare system over here. uh, I can do a separate video for that, by the way. um, Courses are very important. For example, there is ACLS, there is BLS. Like these are the very 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 basic courses. If you had them, very good. um, Anyone who will give you a job in emergency medicine, in medicine, they are looking for these two courses. Okay, once you will start your job over here, definitely uh, they are going to let you do that again over here. But if you had ACLS or BLS in place in your home country, that's a very, very, very plus point. And when I got job in Ireland, it was COVID time. Everything was closed. I didn't had ACLS or BLS, but the only thing which I could do at that time was like to do a ACLS or BLS online course. So I basically searched online and I did ACLS and BLS online, um, by some institute in America, and that helped me in securing the job. And later on, when I came here, and they came to know that I had done online one, not a face to face one, so they asked me to refresh. Like then I had done my ACLS again. So one of the thing is qualification. So now, definitely, if you have Irish Medical Council registration, so definitely you had your MBBS degree. But qualification means, for example, if you have any postgraduate exam like MRCPI, like MRCS, or MRCAM, and I'm not talking about like you have them in full, but for example, if you have done one part or two parts, you can mention that in your CV, and that is very, very, very strong. Um, what you can say, strong point, uh, telling the recruiters that um, you are very much dedicated and interested in getting a placement related to what you had done. Okay. One of the thing is experience. Now experience is very important. Now I will tell you something that, again, I know doctors who got their jobs and who are working here, and they came here right after their internship. And yes, like they had very, 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 just like you can say, they graduated in 2020. They finished their internship in 2021. In 2022 they get registration, and in 2022 or 2023 they started working over here. I know many of them, but again, um, they are very few. Now I know many of the doctors who basically are who came here as an SHO, having 15 years experience working in medicine, and then they were hired over here as SHO medicine, and after working 1 or 2 years they become registrars. So you will find all the cases over here. And one of the thing is like your English exams should be in place now. Once you are registered, again, many of them they ask for this, and just few of the hospitals they don't care about that. So, but this one should be in place because most of the hospitals, they will ask you valid OET or IELTS. Okay, so your CV and cover letter should be very strong. Uh, I would not say like waste your money on different people who basically says that they help with CV or cover letter. Um, I can do again one more video on that, but to be honest, like I when I was searching for a job, and me myself got a job. I was able to secure a job after 1 year, having no recent clinical experience. I had some clinical experience, but many years back, so I don't didn't had any recent clinical experience. But I did secure a job, and I did secure a job at a registrar level. But and my CV was like I made my CV myself, and like you have to highlight your strong points in CV. Again, like if I will start talking about that, that is going to take a lot of time. But for example, um, like for myself, I put my name, and below my name in bold letters, I write down MRCPI, ACLS, BLS, things like this, which basically will catch the eyes of the person who is reading my CV, that yes, this doctor have this exams in place. And I found like many of the CVs, they had written graduated from this medical college, and 15 lines below that are talking, I don't know, about their medical universities or about their accomplishments in medical universities, but they will not add much value to your CV, rather than graduated in this year, and then you are talking about, for example, had done some courses or some extra qualifications or some extra researches, audits, things like this. And yes, that brings to one more thing, that is research and publication. Now, research and publications basically are very, very, um, you can say, like, because I know about Pakistan basically, and all the other countries like Sudan, and like most of the doctors in Ireland basically they are coming from Pakistan and Sudan. And uh, uh, very few of us had publications or research, because we don't do that. We don't do audits, but if you have any research or publications, that will add a lot of value in your CV. For example, when I was applying for a job, as I told you, I didn't had any recent clinical experience, but what I really had was um, 5 publications in international journals, and those publications were very, very, very strong. So I did mention that in my CV, and because definitely someone who is not working clinically and he's applying for a clinical job, and then you have to prove that, okay, what you have done or why they should hire you. Okay, so that could be very, very, that will add a lot of value in your CV. So um, I will finish my video after talking about how long it takes, and then I will make one more video for the rest of the things. So how long it takes now, everyone have a different story. As I told you about myself, when I was applying for a job, I was able to secure a job after 1 year, and I know people who were not able to secure jobs, like in within 2 years after getting the registration. But I know people who get jobs before even their registration is completed. So remember, everyone have a different story. So there are people who secured a job uh, right after registration or even before registration with very less experience. I know people who were not able to secure any job with a lot of experience, and took a lot of time for them. Okay, and again, I know doctors who are still not here, working in other countries, but they really got offers from here. um, the only thing is they don't accept, but if they will accept, they can come here straight away. Okay, but definitely, they are working at a very good post. For example, I know someone who is working as a consultant in anesthesia in some Arab country. He got offers from UK, he got offers from Ireland to get jobs here at, like, not at consultant level, but like at registrar level. But definitely he's not coming. So remember, everyone have a different story. um, uh, so I will talk more in detail about the things in my next video. But um, as such a job situation and registrar job situation, I remember one thing, that as such a job situation is not that good these days. And when I say these days, means in the last few years, compared to registrar jobs, like, they have more places for registrar. So I will tell you something, that SHOs, um, why they need less SHOs is basically because, they meet the requirement mostly by the SHOs um, who are in training program. For example, there is a hospital which I know, and in their medicine department they had a position of around vacant, like post of around, I would say, 20 SHOs in medicine, and 10 SHOs in emergency medicine. So out of 20 SHOs in medicine, like, they get 12 to 14 SHOs who came under a training program. Some of them, they are doing training for medicine, some of them they are GP trainees, and some of them, they are in different training programs. So definitely, how many SHOs left? Only 6. So they will hire only 6 SHOs from outside. Uh, Now, if we will talk about the registrar positions, for example, if in the same medical department they have 20 SHOs, but they are getting 14 SHOs from training programs, which means like that leave them just 6 SHOs to be hired from outside, compared to, for example, if they just have position of 10 registrars, and out of those 10 registrars only 2 registrars they are getting from uh, the doctors who are on in training programs like SPR, so they still need 8 registrars. So in short, registrars are needed more over here than SHOs. Okay, but at the same time, registrar is a senior position. They need someone who have so much experience, or like who is experienced in that field. For example, for a registrar of surgery, they will be looking for doctor who have a strong surgical background. Registrar psychiatry, pediatrics, whatsoever, like they will be looking for the doctors who had done some exams, who had strong experience behind that, so that they are able to um, perform their duties or take those responsibilities, which basically are the uh, responsibility of at the registrar level. Hiring times, again, most of the jobs basically, uh, you can say around 7 to 11th January and 7 to 11th July. There is changeover time when many people they finish their contracts, or the SHOs, or the trainees basically they move from one hospital or one place to another place. So most of the jobs, basically new doctors, they start their duties either in the start of January or start of July. So the doctors who basically start their work in January, their hiring basically take place somewhere in September and October, and those doctors who will start their work, you can say in July, the hiring time for them is mostly in March and April. So remember one thing that okay, and this is not only like this. Basically, the hiring is an ongoing process. They keep on hiring around the year, but what I'm talking about is basically when um, like they are in need of more doctors as compared to the rest of the year. So don't panic. You will get um, a place, if not today, maybe tomorrow, if not tomorrow, maybe some other day. But the key point is that don't get depressed and reading the posts, which many people are putting, that they are hopeless and they are this and they are that. um, they paid a lot of money and all these things. Look, um, getting a registration doesn't mean like you will surely get a job, and no one basically push anyone to get registration, or no one will write a letter to any of the doctor to get registration and we will give you a job. Remember that once you are registered with any medical council, that basically is an opportunity that you are able to work in that particular, what you can say, country at some stage, and or depending on what your experience would be. um, like I have registration of 4 countries. Okay, so uh, the thing is that maybe if I will apply to some other country, they will not give me job, because maybe I will not be the suitable person for that particular position. So the important thing is, don't panic. If you are registered, good, you have done one step. The other thing you have to do is basically increase your chances to get what you say, uh, to get through the process of hiring and to start your career over here in Ireland. So don't panic. Ignore the, what you can say, these posts, of the doctors who are searching for jobs for so long. Okay, or I don't know like how long, but as I told you, like me myself got a placement after 1 year. So you will get, and the only thing which we can do during that time is basically do something which can increase your chances towards getting hired. So, courses, publications, qualifications, and experience, all these things will help you. So, keep your experiences during that time instead of just getting frustrated. And yes, prepare for the interview. So, prepare for the interview is very, very important, which basically I have seen. Um, Once you will secure an interview, and then you will send a message that, can you tell me like what questions they ask, things like this. So um, getting a securing an interview basically increase your chances a lot towards being getting hired. But definitely you have to get through the interview, and interviews is the only place where you have to prove yourself, to tell them that yes, you are the right person for this job. So I will talk about these things in the next video, and I will talk about how to increase your chances and all the things which need some more explanation. Thank you.